Whilst for some footy fans it would be easy to look at who the Bombers have played in their 2-0 rejuvenated start under Brad Scott and think, well, look who they've played. Yes, Gold Coast and Hawthorn aren't exactly the greatest of opponents, but you can only beat who is in front of you at the end of the day. But no one with eyes looking at the Bombers and the way they have started the 2023 season can say anything other than this is a new Essendon. So, the question is, what's changed? And just quickly before we start, guys, subscribe if you want to join the Daz Talks Footy family and like the video. If you like the video, I've seen you guys analytically, the longer form content, the review, preview, all that good stuff aren't really getting the traction, and these videos are actually more fun for me personally to do anyway, so I'm more than happy to bring these to you. You guys seemingly really enjoyed the West Coast video, and geez, didn't that turn around and they got the win? Wouldn't it be ironic if the Bombers did lose this week to the Saints? Would I then become a curse? Anyway, not the point. The Bombers in 2023 have looked awesome, and there are a few reasons why. We'll get to those in just a moment, but all the credit to Brad Scott. There's this kind of feeling amongst the AFL contingent that Brad Scott was just an average coach because of his 50% win rate that he sustained with North. But as I've always said, go and have a look at the teams he took to preliminary finals and wonder just how the hell he got that group of players to nearly a grand final. Please go and do that. It shouldn't have happened. It really shouldn't have. Brad Scott is a good coach, and what he does is he creates a contested style that makes players and teams difficult to play against and can bring a defensive structure that can lay the rest of the ground to his team's advantage. It's what he did at North. It's what he's doing at Essendon. It's no coincidence that Mason Redman is still on an upward trajectory in his career. Jordan Ridley has started the year really well. They put Nick Hine to the VFL, and clearly that's got a rod up him with 41 disposals in the VFL on the weekend. But even Jake Kelly isn't losing one-on-one contests, and their entire zone defense from the center circle to their own goal line is looking stronger and stronger. Now, yes, after the St Kilda game, it's going to get a bit more difficult from there. I know after round 4, in which they absolutely could start 4-0 after they play the Giants, they've then got Melbourne, Collingwood, Geelong and Port Adelaide away. That is an extremely difficult month. So if we're sitting here and Essendon are, say, 4-4 after 8 games, it's still going to be better than a lot of people, and I think including me, gave them credit for at the start of the season. Now, on a personal level, there are plenty of players that are showing up, but what's more impressive is Essendon's ability to score from stoppage in a forward line without Peter Wright and without Jake Stringer. They've averaged 17.5 goals to start the year. Without them two. One of them won the best and fairest, and the other one's the package. That's awesome. It's genuinely awesome from the Bombers. I love everything that they've done in terms of that forward half pressure. Davey's been a really good inclusion, and clearly why he was seen as one of the good players out of this draft and one of the more X-Factor styles. We've loved the return of Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti in round 1. What an amazing moment that was. But Kyle Langford, often the Essendon whipping boy, kicking a handful on the weekend. And Sam Wiedemann's ability to make a contest in round 1 was fantastic. They had Andrew Phillips for big moments against Gold Coast down there as the rest of the Essendon forward line just ran amok. But to the numbers, with the footy, we knew their uncontested and contested ball would be okay, as is the nature of having Zach Merrett and Darcy Parish in that midfield. And they should be loving the fact that their inside 50 count is +8 on their opponents. They are genuinely taking territory, and they are doing it quickly. But the most impressive stat, in my opinion, with the footy is metres gained. They are, and I'm not making this up, +578 metres gained. And who do you think is leading the metres gained for the Bombers? Mason Redman? Zach Merrett? Nope. Darcy Parish. Darcy Parish. The guy who, rightly so at the start of the year, many, including this guy, asked whether free agency would be kind to him, considering he's a guy whose first initial instinctive step is backwards before making a decision. He's not doing that anywhere near as much in 2023. And it's been a ripping start. So with the footy, Essendon are looking more and more dangerous. But what about without the footy? Well, Ben Rutten was criticised for his lack of defensive structure. They're +8 in tackles, but more importantly, they are forcing turnovers. Currently, 3.5 more turnovers being caused than they're dishing out. Now, again, you can sit here and say it's Gold Coast and Hawthorn, and good luck to you if that really is your opinion. I'm not here to change your mind. It is a fact. They are who the Bombers have played. But why are we taking that away from them? Why are we trying to delegitimise any footy team based on their fixture? Sydney are on top of the ladder. It's clear to say that they are not having a grand final runners-up hangover. They've also played Hawthorn and Gold Coast. Why are Essendon getting a get-out-of-jail-free card, but the Swans aren't? It's worth pondering. But right now, what Brad Scott is doing with this Essendon team looks fantastic. And considering they've got Ben Hobbs, who's also in the VFL, they've got some tall depth now. Kane Baldwin went to full back for the Bombers in the VFL. Essendon could be the kind of team now that might be having some youngsters potentially trying to be poached from other teams. And I think it was Fox Footy who put up, should Essendon let Darcy Parish walk for a first-round pick? Based on the way he's playing, no. Absolutely not. They also should not let Ben Hobbs go. All in all, what they should be doing is what I said a year ago. Shop around Dylan Shield for whatever pick that it may be, even if it's just a third, bite the bullet, and keep topping up with youngsters. Keep going. Their list is in a good shape. Keep doing it. They're going to have a gluttony of money. If you think they're not going to try and throw buckets at Ben King, you're dreaming. Should they go after Mitch Georgiades at the end of the year? Yes, they should. If you're a Bombers fan, you should be feeling really, really good right now. So that's what changed with the Bombers, with the ball, without the ball, and I love what Brad Scott's doing, and I hope if you're an Essendon fan out there, you are as well. If you're not a Bombers fan, I still want you to comment below and let me know what you think of the Bombers start, and will they go 4-0 considering they've got the Saints and the Giants? Personally, I think they do beat the Saints on the weekend, and the GWS game, they probably should win as well. 3-1 seems more realistic. 4-0 is idealistic and genuinely a chance to happen. Good luck to the Bombers. I don't like you as a Hawthorn fan. I'm enjoying watching you as a footy fan. And just before I go, guys, a little announcement. I am going to be going live, yes, live, on that date and that time that you can see on the screen to announce some really cool stuff. I've been going over everything that I've needed to go over for the channel and figuring out what the next step is, how to take this channel and effectively my brand to the next level. And I have so much to share with you over the course of that live stream. So, this is going to be put in most of the videos, well, all the videos until this time. I cannot wait to share with you everything that's going on. It is going to be awesome and hopefully, from my point of view, life-changing. So I hope you can stick around for that. Enjoy the rest of your week. New video coming on Friday. Goodbye.